What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Burn 'N Meat Barbecue. My name's Eric, and today we are kicking off our smoked dip series with one of the most amazing dips I've ever had, a smoked street corn Southwest dip. So let's get into it. For this dip, you're going to need a few different ingredients, but it's nothing crazy, and there's not a lot of prep work that needs done. So we've got all of our different ingredients out here. We've got a couple of spatulas and spoons. We've got some other things for some other projects we have going on, but all we're going to need for this is going into this foil pan. We're going to start with 8 ounces of pepper jack cheese. Next is 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese for 16 ounces total. Next is 2 11-ounce cans of Southwestern corn from H-E-B, of course. This is Texas after all. And what makes those Southwest corn is they've already got green peppers and red peppers in them. We're going to put that around the edges. We're not going to dump that on top. This is all going to go into the smoker and not get mixed until after the first 45 minutes. Everything's going to smoke individually. We're going to let the cream cheese and the pepper jack soften. And if you do end up with a couple happy accidents there, getting the corn on top of it, I just want to make sure this cream cheese and pepper jack is exposed at the top. That way we can make sure we get full smoke flavor onto it. There we go. After that, we're going in with 1/4 cup of sour cream. And we're just going to put that right over here in the corner. And we'll fold that in later when it's time to mix. Next, we're going to top it with chopped cilantro, and that's just going to go over top of everything. Give it a little flavor, a little smoky flair. Same thing, we don't want to get too much onto that cream cheese because we don't want to block the exposure to the smoke. Okay. Nope, lost a couple of pieces there. There we go. And last but not least, one of the most tasty, delicious, wonderful, amazing ingredients. What really makes this a Southwestern smoked corn dip? Tahini. And we're going to apply this with a heavy hand. We're going to apply it liberally. We're going to get it on there. This salty tahini flavor is going to mix well with the sweetness of the corn, the sweetness of those peppers. We're just going to get in there and get it on there. I wouldn't go too overboard. You can always add more of this later to taste. All right, so it's time to take this, get it put in the smoker. We're going to go 250 for 45 minutes. Then we're going to mix it up, let it keep smoking until it's well smoked and well done. And then we're going to pull it out and give it the initial taste test so we can find out if it's got that best first bite or not. All right, so let's go ahead and get this and get it in the smoker. All right, y'all, it has been 45 minutes, so it's time to pull the smoked sweet corn dip out. We're going to go ahead and mix that up, get it back in the smoker for another 45 minutes until it's ready. So let's glove up. We're going to go ahead and pull it out. We're going to need 2 gloves for this one because there's a lot in that container, and we want to make sure we don't burn ourselves when we do it. Oh, chihuahua. That is warm, warm, warm. Get that shut back up. Let's get this out and take a look. Okay, everything is starting to melt and brown. So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. Yeah, that cheese is ooey gooey. Everything here is ready to go. That liquid from the corn is starting to cook through, and that's going to add some good consistency to this as we get it mixed up. And when we get it back in there, some of this moisture is going to start to cook out. It's going to firm up a little bit. And then once it comes out, we're going to let it sit and rest. I know you don't normally let dips or things like that rest, but as it rests, it's going to firm up and form a really good, consistent dip. Here we go. Level it out. Knock this corn back in here. Boop, 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 boop. Bop, 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 bop. Let's get this back in for another 45 minutes. All right, y'all, our smoked Southwest street corn dip is done. We're about to pull it out, give it a little taste test, and see if we nailed it and if we have that best first bite. So let's check it out. Oh yeah, good crust on the top. It is solid, it is smoky, it is delicious. Well, I don't know if it's delicious yet, but we're about to find out. Look at that. How good does that look? All right, let's give it a good mix. Get rid of these gloves. And see if we nailed it. The pan is not obscenely hot, but the dip is good and melded. The consistency is solid. It's set up quite a bit since the last time we looked at it. There's no runny liquids. All right, let's give it a taste and see how we did. One chip, everybody knows the rules. This might be really hot. This might be a terrible idea. It is hot. You get the sweet from the corn, you get the cilantro, you get the smokiness from the Pit Boss. You can really taste that pepper jack cheese. Everything has really come together and melded into this amazing, smoky, delicious dish. It's not over smoked, and I think that's the thing. If you're serving meats, if you're serving other things on the Pit Boss, on the smoker, you don't want to over smoke everything where that's all anyone can taste. When I think this is the perfect dip because there's a little bit of earthiness, there's a little bit of smokiness. The cilantro comes through. The green peppers and red peppers that were in the corn come through. But everything just melds together perfectly to give you an amazing smoked dip or smoked appetizer. This is one of a kind. You've got to give it a try. As always, if you haven't seen any of our other videos, check out our smoked dip series right here. Subscribe to the channel right here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.